May the Barakiah, the blessings of Yah rest upon you once again. My name is Akpethwell Ben Yaakov. This is Israelite Relit Ministry, and this is our Teachable Moment segment. We want to say Todah, or thank you to all of you who have taken time out of your time at this particular moment to view this video. And we pray that the word of Yah will give you inspiration, understanding, and knowledge of what is the purpose and will of Yah for your life. Before we proceed on into this teaching, I do want to invite our first-time listeners, or those of you who are reoccurring listeners. If you're viewing this on our YouTube page or on YouTube Live, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Israel Relit. You can subscribe there, or take some time to go ahead and exit out of this video and subscribe, like the video, and then come back in the video as well. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications, also with Facebook, on our Facebook page or Facebook Live. Follow me on our Facebook page or send me a friend's request as well. With that being said, we are still continuing in the series that we are entitling as lit. And we're using this particular word, lit, to describe the Hebrew word or the light of Yah. Not only is it the light of Yah, but it is the brilliancy and the excellency of the power and manifestation of Yah being displayed in our lives, that we are the ambassadors or the witness of Yah in the earth realm. And as us being Israelites, those of us who are Israelites or lay claim to the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, also to all the other nations or goings who have entered into the commonwealth of Israel through faith in Yahshua, the Messiah, as we as Israelites must do also. We must accept our Messiah, the Messiah, Yahshua. He is the Messiah and the Son of Yah, the one that the prophets prophesied of, who would come and be the propitiation or the salvation, the redemption for the house of Israel. He is that one. If we believe on him, if we believe that he is the light, then we will become children of the light as well. Okay, so this lit series, we are talking about describing the light of Yah. Also, we're talking about darkness, Hoshak, because darkness is the opposite of light, and we must understand that. You're either going to be in either one of these categories. It's either going to be darkness or it's going to be light. There's no gray areas with Yah. Okay, there's no gray areas with Yah. You're either in the kingdom of the light or you're in the kingdom of the darkness. But you can be translated from the darkness into the marvelous light of Yah. On this particular teaching today, I want to entitle it I Problem. I Problem. Okay? Many people today, even it might be some of you that are viewing this video at this particular time, you have a I problem. There's something wrong with your ayin in the Hebrew. The word I is announced ayin. And the eyes is the gateway to the nephesh, or to the being, or to the spirituality of an individual. Okay? So we must understand that our eyes is what we see and observe things with. And the things that we see and the things that we observe and how we see affects how we hear, how we walk, how we comprehend things as well. It is so forth also, likewise, in the spiritual realm. It is the same thing, okay? So we must have spiritual eyes to see. And when one of our eyes is darkened, or if there is a eye problem with just one of our eyes, then our eyes don't see as equal, okay? There's not equality, and our eyes are not focused on the things that we should be focused on. And when your eyes cannot focus, or when you have blurred vision, then your vision is obscured. So it brings about a certain limitation to how you can navigate, how you observe things, how you comprehend things, my brothers and sisters. And we must be careful that our eyes, our spiritual eyes, don't become darkened, okay? And Yeshua speaks of this as well. So this is what we're going to be talking about today, eye problem. And when a person has an eye problem, the eye becomes evil. The eye becomes evil, and their eye is evil because they have allowed darkness into their eyes, okay? We must see with singleness of eye, meaning that our eyes must be equally focused, equally have the same percentage of visibility equally, okay? When we don't have the same visibility or clarity in our eyes, then we will see things obscurely. We will see things dark with a dark film or smoke screen in front of us. And we will not walk in understanding or comprehension to the ways of Yah or to the propheticness that Yah is trying to reveal to us in this hour. It is very important, my brothers and sisters, that we don't walk as blind men in this hour. We must be watchful. We must be sober, okay? Because our adversary, the devil, goeth about like a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. So we must have singleness of eye, and our eyes must be full of light. With that being said, let's go to the word of the Most High.
Israelites Relit Ministry.
Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 22 through verse 23. And this is the words of Yeshua the Messiah himself verbatimly. Yeshua speaks. He says, the light of the body is the eye, the ayin. In the Hebrew, the word eye is enunciated ayin. And it refers to the landscape. It also is referred to the countenance, the vision or the visionary of a individual. So he said that the light of the body, how the body gets light or how light enters into the body is through the ayin or through the eye. If therefore thy eye be single, if your eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Now, the word single defines as folded together. That is single, clear, with clarity. Okay? So even though we see physically out of two eyes, our eyes are supposed to see as one unit. They are supposed to be ikhad in the Hebrew, one, which means united. Two things or three or more things coming together to form one thing, to become one body, one unit, one entity, to accomplish one common goal. And when our eyes see in unison, when we have a vision or we have an expectation that is focused on one singular particular thing, then we will see with clarity. We will have understanding. We will move with purpose. We will move with urgency in order to accomplish that particular task. But when one of our eyes is darkened or the vision is less than the other, then that causes our eyes to become darkened. The same. We're seeing things through obscurity. And that is why physically many people have to wear glasses or contacts in order to compensate for the one eye or for both the eyes that have a physical ailment in it in order for them to see properly or to be able to see clearly. It's the same thing spiritually, my brothers and sisters. When you understand that how you view things, how you understand things, the knowledge or the perception that you have in life determines whether or not you're walking in the light or walking in darkness, then you will begin to understand that the way that you see things, the way that you comprehend things affect you not only physically, but spiritually, my brothers and sisters. So Yeshua says that the light of the body is the eye. And if therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. And this is how that we know that we're walking in the light, because we have our focus on the commandment, the law, the statutes of Yah. And not only do we have our focus on the law, statutes, and commandments of Yah, but we walk in understanding, we walk in comprehension, because the way you see things is the way you comprehend things. The way that you see things is how you internalize things mentally and spiritually, and those things affect you emotionally as well. That's why it's very important that we protect the things that we see, that we protect our eyes from beholding certain things, whether it be in the physical sense or whether it be in the spiritual sense, because those things will affect us internally, it will affect us mentally, it will affect us spiritually, it will affect us in our comprehension and how we obtain knowledge through the set apart Ruach or Spirit of the Most High. Look what he goes on to say in Matthew chapter 6, verse 23. Yeshua further states, he says, but if thy eye be evil, if you have an eye problem, if there's something wrong with your vision, if there's something wrong with how your eye focuses on a subject, or how your eye is focusing on the commandments, the word of Yah, or on Yah himself. He said, if your eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. So if there's something wrong with your eyes spiritually, if there's something wrong with your understanding, your comprehension, if you're not seeing clear the purpose and the will of Yah, how you should be living, what is the righteous actions and deeds that the Most High wants you to walk in order for you to be pleasing before the Most High, it is because your eye is evil. You have an evil eye, my brothers and sisters. And if your eye be evil, your whole body is full. Just not part of your body, just not half of your body, but your body is full of darkness, my brothers and sisters. And Yeshua says, if therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, if the light that you suppose or think that you have, if the light that you think that you're walking in, even though you have an evil eye and you cannot comprehend or understand that there's something wrong with how you're viewing, there's something wrong with how you're interpreting the word, there's something wrong with the doctrines that you are hearing to, because you have an eye problem. You cannot see the error, you cannot see the wickedness, you cannot see the path that you're going down is taking you off the path of righteousness, or the path that you should be walking on, my brothers and sisters. We have to be very careful of this. He said, therefore your body shall be or is full of darkness, and if the light that is in thee be darkness, how great, how gadol in the Hebrew, how great is that darkness. And when a person has an evil eye, individual has an evil eye, they do not understand that the darkness in them is so great that it is keeping them from even acknowledging that they have a problem with how they are seeing things, that they have a problem with how they are observing things. They have a problem with their understanding, the comprehension of how they are interpreting the word of Yah, or how they are seeing things in their landscape, my brothers and sisters. This is very important, because in this last hour, we must have clarity. We must see clearly what the will of Yah is. Because if we are walking in darkness, or if our eye is evil, or our eye has darkness, or our vision is not 100% or 20/20 vision in this hour, then we are going to miss the mark. We are going to be walking as blind men, leading the blind, and then we all are going to fall into a snare or into a ditch. Let's go to Psalms chapter 13, verse 3. Look at what Dawid speaks here in Psalms chapter 13, verse 3. He said, consider and hear me, O Yah, my Elohim. Lighten my eyes. He said, I want you to lighten my eyes, Yah. Give my eyes the ma'or, that I might see clearly, that I might have understanding, that I might perceive what it is that you're trying to reveal to me, that I might be able to obtain the revelation and see clearly and have that understanding to know what it is that I should do. He says, lighten my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. And many people in this hour, not only Christians, not only religious people of other facets of belief systems, but even those who claim to be walking in the truth, even those who claim to be, oh, I'm an Israelite, they are sleeping the sleep of death. Why? Because they're not asking the Most High to lighten their eyes, to give them the light so that their body might be full of light. They're not asking Yah to give them the singleness, to make them ikhad, united with His word, united with His commandment, united with Yah's agenda. Not your own agenda, but unite yourself with Yah's agenda, with His will and purpose for your life. That you might see clearly what it is that you are supposed to be doing in this hour, that you are supposed to be living your life. What is the ministry that Yah is calling you to? What is the requirement that Yah is requiring you to do in this hour? And if you have an evil eye, my brothers and sisters, you will continue to be asleep. You will not awaken out of your sleep. You will not awaken out of your slumber. Your eyes will be shut. Your eyes will be closed. You will not walk in understanding. You will not walk in clarity. But you will continue to stumble. You will continue to fall. You will continue to sleep. Not only the sleep, but the sleep of death. Separated from Yah. Cut off from the living source of the living word of Yah Almighty. Look what he goes on to say in Psalms chapter 17. Let's go to Psalms chapter 17. Tehillim chapter 17, verse 2, it said, let my sentence, look at what David said. He said, let my sentence, let my mishpah, the verdict, the law, the determination, or the matter, the sentence of my life, or the sentence of my word, let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thy eyes behold the things that are equal. He said, let thy eye behold the things that are equal. Those things that are masha'ar in the Hebrew. Evenness, one accord, straightness. Those things that are straight. Those things that are upright before the Most High. Those things that are even, balanced. You're not too far to the left, you're not too far to the right, but you are even keeled, you are even balanced. Why? Because your eyes see with singleness. Your eyes sees with purpose, with understanding. When you see clarity. You see understanding. You see the vision that Yah wants you to see. Your landscape is not obscured because of your vision or how you are seeing or how you are understanding Yah's word. It's very important, my brothers and sisters, that we don't have an evil eye. And if you do have an evil eye, ask Yah to lighten your eyes that you may not sleep the sleep of death. Because if you continue to ignore the way that you're seeing things, the way that you are observing things, my brothers and sisters, then you will continue to be asleep, and that sleep is going to lead you to death. The vital organs will begin to shut down. Your body will begin to deteriorate. Why? Because you are in a comatose state spiritually. And that's why it's very important, my brothers and sisters, that we allow Yah to lighten our eyes. He's the only one that can lighten your eyes. He is the only one that can bring the eye salve of His truth to anoint your eyes that you might see. That's what the book of Revelation says. Anoint your eyes with eye salve that thou mayest see. We need the eye salve. We need the healing balm of Gilead to be anointed on our eyes. We need to apply it to our eyes that we might see clearly what the will of Yah is. That whatever eye problems that we have spiritually, that they might be healed. That we might get the understanding and be able to see things in truth and in righteousness, with straightness, with evenness, with clarity, my brothers and sisters. Let's go to Psalms chapter 25, verse 15. There's so many scriptures in the law and the prophets, in the renewed covenant writings of the apostles, that gives us such a great analogy about our eyes, okay? But we're not going to be able to read through all of them. We're going to read through some of them, my brothers and sisters, and I hope and pray that you get understanding out of this teachable moment lesson at this particular time. Look what he says. Psalms chapter 25, verse 15. And it reads, it said, my eyes are ever towards Yah. David said that my eyes are fixed on Yah. My eyes is fixed on him. He said, my eyes are forever, Olam, forever towards Yah. For he shall pluck my feet out of the net. When your eyes are towards Yah, then Yah would deliver you from the snare of the enemy. He would deliver you from the snare of your own flesh. He would deliver you from the snare of the world, or those who have set traps to try to entrap you in your walk with the Most High. He would deliver you from those snares. Why? Because your eyes are forever fixed upon Yah. Your eyes are forever towards the things of Yah. And when your eyes are towards the things of Yah, there's nothing that can ensnare you. You will not stumble. You will not fall. You will not fall into depravity. You will not fall into a ditch or into a snare of the enemy. Why? Because your eyes are towards the things of Yah. Keep your eyes on Yah, my brothers and sisters. If you want to avoid a snare or a trap or the onslaught of the enemy trying to oppress you and depress you, keep your eyes towards Yah forever, my brothers and sisters. Look what he says in Psalms once again, chapter 36, verse 1. Psalms once again, chapter 36, verse 1. David says, the transgression of the wicked saith within my heart. This is what they say within their heart. That there is no fear of Yah before their eyes. When a person is wicked, they walk in transgression to the way or to the will of Yah. There's no fear of Yah in their eyes. They do not reverence Yah with their eyes. In their ayim, their landscape, there's no reverence for Yah. There's no fear of Yah. Why? Because they have an evil eye. The eye is evil. The eye is not set on the things of Yah forever. Their eye is not towards Yah forever. Therefore, they are ensnared with their wickedness. They are ensnared in their sin. And the thing about it is because the eye is evil. Even the light that they perceive that they have is so dark that darkness is great, that they cannot even see themselves, my brothers and sisters. They cannot even come to the understanding and the knowledge of the situation of their own heart. Their heart has deceived them. Let's look at this. Psalms 100 and verse 3. It says this, I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave unto me. Now this is what David says. David speaks a lot about the eyes in his Psalms, He says that I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. My brother says we can't set wickedness before our eyes. But see, the wicked, they transgress Yah. And they say in their heart that I don't fear Yah. There's no fear of Yah before my eyes. But David said, look, I'm not going to set any wicked thing before my eyes. And we cannot behold the things that are wicked. Because when we begin to behold the things that are wicked, my brothers and sisters, then wickedness is going to be what we internalize. Wickedness is what we're going to ultimately result in doing. What you see is what you're going to get, my brothers and sisters. That's why your vision must be towards Yah forever. Because when your vision is toward Yah, the things that you see that Yah is doing, or his actions, or how Yah does, then you will automatically begin to reciprocate those things. Why? Because you are doing what you are seeing. See, we do the things that we see, my brothers and sisters. We ultimately become integrated with habits, with ideas, with imagination and thoughts of the things that we visualize or the things that we see. So if you are keeping Yah's law, his statutes, as the apple of your eye, then those things are going to be integrated in your life, because that is what is before you. That is what you see. But when you begin to set wicked things before your eyes, my brothers and sisters, then you will become a partaker of those things that you are seeing, that you are visualizing. Why? Because you have set those things before you. Set righteousness before you. Set the ways of the Most High before you. Let your eyes be towards Yah and not towards the things of this world. He said, I hate the works of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave unto me. We elaborated upon that. When you set wicked things before your eyes, those things are going to cleave unto you. Those are the things that you're going to grab. Those things are going to become a part of you. So don't set the wicked things before your eyes. Once again, set your eyes forever towards Yah and cleave unto the ways of the Most High. Toda Yah. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 15, verse 30. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 30. Michelle, chapter 15, verse 30. And it reads, the light of the eyes rejoiceth the heart, and a good report maketh the bones fat. He said that the light of the eye rejoiceth the heart. When there is light in your eyes, then there is a rejoicing. You're not oppressed. You're not depressed. You're not snared by the enemy. Why? Because the light of Yah brings life. It brings about the brilliancy and the excellency of Yah in your life. Therefore, if you rejoice, why? Because the things that you see in your landscape are the fruits of the Ruach, the fruits of the Spirit. And those things cause you to rejoice before Yah, because you know that your eyes are set towards the things of the Most High. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. We're going to move in a haste. Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 7. And it reads, truly the light is sweet and pleasant thing for the eyes to behold the sun. Truly the light is sweet. When you behold the light, there is a sweetness to it. There is a delectable taste. It is taste to the palate of one. And not only is it sweet, but it is pleasant. It's a pleasant thing. It is told. It's a good thing for your eyes to behold, to ra'ah, to be able to see, to ra'ah, to see. To consider and to discern, have that experience of the S-U-N of the sun. Why? Because when you see that sun arise in the morning, then you know that you are alive, that you have life. That the Most High has blessed you to see another day. But what does this mean spiritually? In the book of Malachi chapter 4 verse 2, let's read this. Because I want to refer Malachi chapter 4 verse 2 to Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 7. All right? Look at what Malachi chapter 4 verse 2 says. It said, but unto you that fear my name shall the S-U-N, the Son of Righteousness, he shall arise with healing in his wings, and you shall go forth and grow up as the calves of the stall. It is a sweet and pleasant thing, my brothers and sisters, when your eyes can behold the S-U-N, the sun. What does the sun represent? The sun, the S-U-N of righteousness, represents Yeshua, the Messiah. When you're able to behold the righteousness of Yah through Yeshua, the Messiah, it is a sweet and pleasant thing for your eyes to behold it. Why? Because you see the righteousness of Yah displayed in the prophesied Messiah. The Messiah that was and is prophesied by Moshe and the prophets, that was to come, that is to come, that has come, and is coming again. But when you cannot behold the S-U-N of righteousness, my brothers and sisters, then the light will not be pleasant to you. The light will not be sweet to you. Why? Because the S-U-N of righteousness is not sweet and pleasant for them to behold. Why? Because they have set wickedness before their eyes. Why? Because they have an evil eye. They see things evilly. And their landscape is of evil and wicked intent, my brothers and sisters. And we have to watch out for this spirit. We have to watch out for this ruach, my brothers and sisters. And not allow our eyes to be darkened with evil, that our whole body becomes full of darkness.
Israelites